What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day, and we had a pretty heartbreaking day yesterday, to say the least. If you watched yesterday's video, I told you guys we were set up with these two plays right here, Vanderbilt and then with LSU. So that Vandy game was going to happen in the afternoon. This LSU game was happening at night. Really bad LSU game, but we end up going 3 out of 4 on both of these plays right here. Eli Stowers, he gets one catch in the final, I think like 5 minutes of the game, and that is an 8-yard reception to then put him over. And then you can see Diego Pavia had 166 yards, so he went under his line, but Eli Stowers didn't. And then actually yesterday's play that I gave out, this Notre Dame Boise, this Notre Dame duo, and then this Boise duo right here, Riley Leonard had one, I think it was a 26 or 27-yard pass when they were already up by about 35 points in the game. He throws a 25-yard pass. It puts him on the goal line. Then they run the ball in and score again. And then Riley Leonard gets taken out of the game. So the last pass by Riley Leonard ends up not cashing our slip. He gets a 25 to 27-yard pass. He ends up going over by 10 yards. And then Eli Stowers gets an 8-yard catch. His last catch of the game ends up going over, and we miss this entry right here. Not only to mention, Garrett Nussmeier had a horrible game. Lacey actually does end up going over in like garbage time. But yeah, LSU had an absolutely horrible game. Still kind of get close to these lines, but we go 3 out of 4 here. So these are all the plays that I've given out since Wednesday, okay? This also was a Thursday night game for Ravens versus Cincinnati. Zay Flowers did horrible. We had a pretty good chance of hitting here. And then Daniel Jones and Tyrone Tracy, I think his name is. These guys just went into overtime, and they still went under right here. So they still went under their line. Tracy only got one catch that whole game. So this bottom row right here was all of the plays I gave out on that Friday video during the middle of the day where I give out 3 entries. So you can see very correlated, right? I know we lost them, but very correlated, right? We have Sanders, Hunter, go under together. We have Nico I and Brew McCoy to go under together, and to go over together, and they end up going under together. And then I take these guys to go under together. They do go under together. OSU guys under together. They go under together. And then LSU guys, I take them to go over together. They do not indeed go over together. And then Miami, they had one drive at the end of the game, and Cam Ward ends up throwing an interception, so that takes away 2 fantasy score from him. If he would have driven down the field, thrown to Restrepo for like 15 yards, and then ended up scoring a touchdown, he would have went over as well. So we would have hit this entry. So I really wish I would have paired this Daniel Jones Tracy entry up with like these OSU guys, or the OSU guys up with the Tennessee guys, or the Tennessee guys up with the OSU guys, or like I could have arranged this in any different way, and we would have hit one of these entries, which really sucks. Like the one way that I miss these is because I arranged these in this specific manner of taking these guys together, like Colorado in this Tennessee game, which it really just boils down to luck. Like I easily could have took this OSU duo with this Tennessee duo, and we would have hit one of these. Same thing with Leonard. He barely goes over. I know this is kind of a long-winded thing to say, but you know, at the end of the day, these type of things are going to happen. And I did want to say, I know some of you guys are probably going to roll your eyes at this, but like we did hit this Wednesday entry. This was an 8.5x. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we hit this one. This was Thursday's play, Friday's play. It's pretty much all in order right here. So we end up losing 6 entries barely, as I just mentioned, but we get an 8.5x on Wednesday. Okay, so when you have an 8.5x, and these are 7 entries we took, right? Because I'm including this one, 8.5x, and you're paying 7 entries to do that, you still should be up a unit to a unit and a half, right? Now, I know some of you guys probably missed Wednesday's play, and it's like, oh, that sucks. You know, it does suck, right? But at the end of the day, if we also would have hit any of these, if Leonard doesn't throw one more pass, if Eli Stowers doesn't get one more reception, if Zay Flowers does what he needs to do and he doesn't, you know, only get 34 yards, if LSU has a better game, then we would have hit at least one of these, right? And one of these would have paid for all of these and more, right? So, yeah, overall, a tough day because we honestly did a lot of good things yesterday with like calling some of these unders, calling some of these really the unders were the move yesterday. I don't see any of these overs hitting, like no overs hit whatsoever. So yeah, the unders were the way to go. Last Saturday, if you guys were with me last Saturday, the overs were 100% the way to go. So it's weird because football can just completely switch on a dime. Now, I do want to get into the plays today. We have a Steph Curry discount on Sleeper. We also had I think it was Justin Jefferson discount that already it's happening because it was afternoon. I did send that to the VIP. If you guys don't know, Sleeper is one of my favorite apps, and what I want you guys to do if you guys want to get into my VIP is text me the word Sleeper to this number right here, and I will get you guys 1 free month of my VIP. They are also doing a $1,500 deposit match, okay? So if you ended up putting $1,500 into Sleeper, you would get a free $1,500 from them. That is insane. So definitely take advantage of that if you guys want to do that. Again, this is going to be the best way to get my VIP right now. Text me the word Sleeper to this number on the screen. I'll have you sign up for Sleeper. You can do the same thing with Better. You can do the same thing with Chalkboard, Rebet, Parlay Play. I have a lot of apps you guys can sign up for and get a free month of my VIP. Try it out. Make money with me. We are up at the end of the day. This was our past week. Again, tomorrow I'll update all these graphs, but this was our past week. This is our past month. Again, this is probably like down like maybe 9-10 units from this, but still, if you're having consistent 60, 70, 80 unit months, that is phenomenal, right? And we are very profitable over the long term. This is about the last 160 days, 355 units over that time span. All right, so let's get into the play for the day. It's going to be correlated as they always are, and I really have been liking doing this pass attempts and rush attempts over on the same team, okay? So very correlated together. This is the first duo, and then this duo is happening actually Monday night. So we got Sunday Night Football, then Monday Night Football, okay? We got Jared Goff to go under pass attempts, and then we got Jahmyr Gibbs to go over rush attempts. So this is all spanning over the fact that when a team is ahead in a game, they limit passing the ball, they stop passing the ball, and they start running the ball to run the clock out. Now, I think the Lions should be able to win this game. I think they're going to be ahead, and I think they're going to run the ball to run the clock out, right? So we did the same thing with Burrow and Jamar. Burrow needed to pass the ball more, and then not Jamar, sorry, Chase Brown. We took him under rush attempts, right? So we're doing the same thing here. We're taking Jared Goff under pass attempts, and we're taking Jahmyr Gibbs to go over rush attempts with the fact that it's very correlated, right? So if Goff is passing the ball, that's going to take a rush attempt, a potential rush attempt away from Gibbs, and vice versa. If Gibbs is running the ball, that's going to take a pass attempt away from Goff. And then down here, just a pretty basic correlated duo right here. We got Matt Stafford, and then we got Kyren Williams to make this a 9.5x. If you took Puka or Kupp, you could definitely do that to take them under, but you'd only get an 8.5x, okay? So when I'm talking about all these things, that all these things are paying for additional entries, you're paying for a whole additional entry, a whole additional unit if you were to get a 9.5x versus an 8.5x. So we're going to take Stafford. I like his pass versus rush yards just a slightly bit more than his pass yards, okay? I think it's inflated by another like 2-3 yards. If you want to just do the simple thing, take his pass yards under, that's fine. And then we're going to take Kyren Williams, the running back, under receiving yards. I feel when you look at the games when Puka and Kupp are back, he really does not get many receiving yards or catches or anything like that. Some of the games where it was just Kupp, or some of the games where it was no Puka, no Kupp, he was getting some receptions. But the games where it's Puka plus Kupp, he really doesn't get many receptions at all. He might get 1, he might get 2, and it maybe could go for like 10 to 15 yards, but I don't see him getting 18. So yeah, first play of the day, very correlated. This duo is correlated together. This duo is correlated together. And then the second play of the day is on Sleeper. We got Steph Curry over 19.5 points. Hopefully he can pull through and do that. And then we got Amon-Ra St. Brown under 0.5 anytime touchdown. I did find this on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, and pretty much all the other books are just saying that this is too inflated. We're getting too good of a payout to not take it, okay? So on DraftKings, his line is minus 165, and then on Pinnacle, his line is minus 155, okay? So both those things are less than what we're getting it at, because we're technically getting it at minus 137 on Sleeper right now. So like this play on Sleeper, again, you can really easily make money on Sleeper just taking these promos. I think they've given out like 6 or 7 promos so far this week, so really like that. Again, you guys, hope you guys kind of understand what I was talking about with those games. Like if we took any combo, any correlated combo together in a different way, we would have hit one of these, and it would have paid for like all of these entries, the whole week. We would have been up crazy. And it just so happens that is the way the cookie crumbles, right? So at the end of the day, I want you guys to think about the correlation, okay? Like the correlation on Colorado, the correlation on Tennessee. If the quarterback is going under, then his receiver is likely to go under. If one quarterback's going over, then his receiver is likely to go over, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, everyone, let's have a good NFL Sunday, and I'll see you tomorrow and for more plays of the day.